this is Fire Moon, and a very warm welcome to this full moon pick a card. So today I will have 5 readings for you on the full moon in Aquarius, which is going to be our second moon in Aquarius this month and this year, which is why it is also called a blue moon. So this energy is very blessed and magical, but also very powerful and potentially pressurizing. So believe me, you're going to feel this on August 22nd, wherever you are in the world. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piles for you. And besides the classic question of asking what's manifesting for me around this full moon, this is going to be a moon that really sets the course for the rest of the year and that really emphasizes new cycles beginning and old ones ending. So other questions you could meditate on as you pick a pile are, what unseen blessings are surrounding me at the moment? What things am I being called to embrace that will bring me to my best self and to the best place I can be in the world? Also, what's uniquely mine and manifesting for me right now? So take a second to think about that, and I'll see you in a second. So hi everyone who picked pile number 1. So the first card that came out for you from the Moonology Oracle deck, which I love using around full moons and new moons, is New Moon in Pisces, Meditate and Contemplate. So the way we could use these cards is to refer literally to this time indicated here. So the new moon in Pisces, like that could be an important time for you. But I just like to use these decks in general and just to get a feel of the energies, the lunar energies surrounding what we're asking. So this could also just be taken to mean the symbolism of this. So Pisces, meditate and contemplate. This, and because it's a new moon card, this is all about creating a new cycle. So as I mentioned in the very short intro, this moon is all about kind of creating a new reality for the rest of this year. So whatever you're meditating and contemplating right now, what you are focusing your mental energies on, this is what's going to manifest in the earthly and physical, because we also have this beautiful card, Earth. So persistence, patience, and practicality. This could also mean the stuff that you're thinking about, your dreams, your goals. It's wonderful to rely on intuition and on magic and on the sorts of kind of esoteric energies out there. Also, this moon is very much kind of like that. It's a very clairvoyant moon, very magical moon. The rest of it, like of course the fullest point will be in that 29th degree of Aquarius at the same time as the sun being in Leo at the 29th degree, but the rest of the full moon is still going to actually be in Pisces. So it's very much that sort of energy at the moment, but you're being asked to be a little bit practical about it. And whatever you are focusing on right now is what's going to happen. So if there's any sort of negativity lingering around you or any sort of like illusion, Pisces could be about that. I think Neptune is retrograde right now, or it's gonna go retrograde. So there's some important aspects with Neptune and the moon at the moment. So any sort of illusions or negative self-talk around this dream or hope that you have, it's a great time to work to get rid of that, because you have this one of those most positive cards in this deck, serendipity. So you are very blessed at this time. You have the great potential to receive all of the physical manifestations, because with this Earth card here, there really is indicated surrounding your dreams and your goals. My camera for some reason just turned off, so I shuffled 2 more cards on camera for you to further clarify this. So the ones that came out are nature, interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. So we already have kind of oceany water energy here and earth energy here. So yeah, good place to clear any sort of negative energies is out in nature. And we also have friendship. A friend needs your help, your kindness, and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. So if this could be a few things. This could be you literally just helping a friend, but this could also be people around you being a little bit kind of negative or holding you back from this dream. So set clear boundaries around this time to make sure that you're not being held back in any sort of way by anyone's particular feelings that they have and that pertain to their own kind of issues. Don't take those too hard at the moment. So this is a very, very positive time for you. I feel like if you get the chance to really just zone in on what it is you want to do for the rest of this year, what your hopes, dreams, goals are, it is very possible for you to put them into action for the rest of this new cycle. But I'm definitely getting the sense that first there needs to be a very practical, earthly sort of plan. It's good to be all in the intuition and the fantasy and the mind and the feelings, but how do we kind of make it happen? And with Pisces, you know, it's always two fish, right? So it's about the balance between the more esoteric, intuitive, and all of that, and the earthly. It's not about one or the other. It's about how to really kind of manage and synthesize the two. So very nice, lush kind of feeling to this reading. It's a great time for you, absolutely, and you have the potential to really make a lot of it. So Four of Swords, this could also be a time that you view as one, well, I mean, this really just speaks to me about you having ideas, dreams, and simply just plans or goals, but kind of being a little bit dormant about them, letting them be dormant within you, being a little bit not so keen to take action on it, or not having the energy to take action on them yet, or not being sure exactly how to do it, like you've been waiting around a little bit for the situation to align, or simply just hasn't aligned, but it is going to, because Six of Pentacles is all about that. It's about equality. It's about kind of an unexpected gift, which is kind of the energy of this card too, and it's simply about circumstances happening around you externally in a positive way that will align with what you're contemplating, dreaming about, hoping for. And here I'm really drawn to these two kind of people, if you can see them. They're sort of clouds together with that moon that feels so much like this card. I mean, look at how the energies are so similar here. That sort of basket moon here with the new moon. It's all about having the ideas, the feelings in the astral sort of plane, in the meditative zone. If you've been doing a lot of meditation, maybe even astral traveling, if there's such Pisces energy around here, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, like this, the next step is, how do you bring that down to earth, really? Okay, and we also have Seven of Cups. So that definitely brings around that idea of illusion and like what things are worth spending energy on. Which of these hopes, dreams are the most worthy? So yeah, something will align the truth for you so that you further understand, or just simply clarify what it is that will be most successful for you at this time. So I don't know what order these were in, but I'll just take them. So Page of Pentacles, once again, reiterated idea of everything needs a practical plan, even the most outlandish dreams. And it's all about making that first step. Because in this energy of Seven of Cups, not knowing what to choose, not knowing which thing is the most viable, which goal is going to be the most successful, which one is going to bring you the most success, this card is saying just start walking that path, any path, just start on it, and things will become apparent. Like the skeleton kind of will start to form to this goal of yours. If you're feeling cloudy or foggy, or you're not exactly sure what's happening, it's because probably you haven't taken the steps yet to really bring it. Sorry, I'm just reaching here for my music. You probably haven't taken the steps yet to put it into action. So there's this sort of energy where you keep getting stuck, or just keep extending this Four of Swords, contemplating, meditating, taking a nap sort of energy. The more you extend that, the more you'll want to extend it, and you'll just be in that kind of perpetuated energy, you know. An object in rest tends to stay at rest. So this is asking you to just start to get going, okay? And because it doesn't even matter exactly which things ends up being the most successful or the most fulfilling, because in the end you're going to get there, you're going to have that ultimate fulfillment. And you might not exactly expect, or you might not exactly, like, how do I put this, it will be unexpected what feels most fulfilling. Like it's going to happen in a very serendipitous way. Like you just have to get going on this path, and the best idea, the best project, the best direction will just be revealed to you very spontaneously and unexpectedly. But either way, you're going to get fulfillment. You're going to have your dreams come true, your plans come to fruition. It's just a matter of getting started. Yeah, let's see if we can clarify some of these cards. Can I get some more energy? Okay. So we got the High Priestess. Yeah, you're intuitively, you know what you're called to. You might also just have a lot of like excess intuitive energy where you're not even sure what to do with it. Like it's almost like you feel called to do something, but you don't know exactly what it is. And definitely the advice is just whatever the path feels that you're being pulled on, just start walking it, because it's guaranteed success that's ahead. I mean, with 9 of Cups, 6 of Wands, victory, serendipity, 6 of Pentacles, I mean, that's wonderful. You have guaranteed success ahead of you, so you just have to start walking. And if you don't know exactly where you're going, that's totally fine. You might feel like you're kind of going down this road a little bit blindly, or in a way that's relying too much on your intuition, but that's actually okay, because it's going to bring you exactly where you need to be. And it's going to get you out of this state of feeling like you have restrictions around you, or you have to like calculate and balance things out. Like that's not the right approach. It's not to calculate, not to make too many lists. It's just to get going, just to start on the journey, because there's ultimate fulfillment there. I mean, we have 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. That's amazing. And the start of a totally new cycle with the 2 of Wands. It's going to be a new foundation for you in your life for the rest of this year, because this moon really goes that far. Okay, so let's see, what other card do I want to pull for you? I weirdly feel like I should pull a fairy card for you. I don't know why. I'm just going to do it. Yeah, this is definitely going by, this very serendipitous card. The things that you never know what things happen here. Okay, hope. Yeah, oh my God, there's so much just excitement, fulfillment ahead for you. I mean, look at that rainbow. It's just amazing. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. And that's really just for me resonating with you, not being able to see exactly where this path is leading, but it's leading you exactly in the right direction. Birds might be important. If you see birds, that could be a sign for you. That's important. That's telling you you're on the right track. Even if you're feeling kind of like you don't understand where you're going and why you're going on that path, like that might be illuminating for you, and might just be giving you a sort of okay that everything is right. And let's see if we get one final message for you. Okay, so we have I explore my wildness and dance and pleasure. That is amazing. So yeah, just follow your heart, follow the crazy energies, even if they seem a little bit too outlandish. They're leading you in the right direction, so don't doubt that, okay? Lots of great things coming for you around this full moon. You're able to manifest things in the physical that you've been hoping and dreaming about. And for the rest of this year, because this moon goes that far, you have the chance to start a new cycle completely, okay? So this is great news. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If any of it resonated, I would love to hear your stories, your specific just situations, and to get some comments. And I would, of course, really appreciate your likes and subscribes. And there are some new videos out there. There's one about twin flames. I encourage you to take a look at that if that is a topic that interests you. Otherwise, there will be, of course, more new moon, full moon, so on videos out there, and more specific topics on love, abundance, lots of things coming up. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great time whenever you're watching, and see you later. Bye. So hi everyone who picked pile number 2 or card number 2. This reading is going to be for you. So what are you manifesting around the full moon in Aquarius? What's happening for you? What unique thing should you be aware of? So this moon is really going to set the course for the rest of the year 2021. It is the moon happening in the 29th degree of Aquarius, while the sun is in the 29th degree of Leo. So it's really a moon about maturity. It's about potent energy. It's a very, very powerful one. It's a very sort of intuitive, clairvoyant moon. And there's just lots of magic surrounding it, because it is a blue moon. That means when, well, there are a few definitions of this, but one of them is when the moon is in the same sign twice. So this is a special one, and whatever you're kind of working on right now, you have the potential to make it work for the rest of the year and to really lock it in, if that's what you would like to do. But for you, what I'm getting the sense is that you need to release something right now. So this is the first card that came out. So what do you need to release? Waning moon. So the cycle right after this full moon. So this full moon will likely illuminate something, some sort of limiting belief, some sort of blockage that you need to take care of. So with Pisces coming up, it's interesting. The first pile had their moonology card. It was a Pisces new moon. So if that also, you were stuck between those two, take a look at that reading as well. Otherwise, I'm looking at this to mean the moon actually will be the full moon, not, its highest point in the full moon, but the rest of it will actually be in Pisces. So this time is really definitely highlighted for you. So it says intimacy, intuition, compassion. So as I said, that this moon is a very, very sort of magical one. So it might just send you sort of intuitive, psychic downloads about what it is you need to change. What is no longer serving you? What is holding you back? What are your limitations at the moment? Because some illusions, specifically with Pisces and Neptune, ruling illusions and all of that, they might be self-made, they might be encouraged by others, but those are holding you back from experiencing or seeing or realizing how much abundance there is around you, not only just already, but how much you can create from scratch or just anew. After you have this realization of what is holding you back. And this doesn't even have to be something very heavy. It could just be a practical thing, like, I realize I'm spending all of my time doing this activity when actually my hopes and dreams are to do this. Like, maybe I should start just figuring out how to make my schedule work so that I spend most of my time on that thing. Okay, so let's see if I can clarify specifically what this is about for you. So what it is that you need to release. So, okay, love is in the air, a great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. Wow, that really wanted to fall right on top of my candle. Interesting. Okay, so there could be a sort of limitation around your beliefs when it comes to love that are holding you back from, wow, and commitment came out too. So commitment is definitely emphasized here. Okay, so commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better, and personal riches. Small successes are likely now and bigger ones are on the way. Finances can improve dramatically, but avoid get-rich schemes. Okay, so with that illusion, that could be interested. That could be highlighted for you. That's a very interesting sort of mixed message here with Treasure Island, personal riches, but really love wanted to be emphasized. So illusions around love and money, or any sort of things that have to do with accepting or believing really reductive or really schematic or really too good to be true kind of philosophies about these, like, oh, in order to like find your soulmate, you spin around 3 times clockwise on a Wednesday, and you do this and that. And I'm not saying, you could very well be practicing some sort of magic, and that sort of thing is definitely valid, but don't believe any sort of guarantees when it comes to like rituals or I don't know, just things that seem like too quick a fix or too easy a thing. And the same thing with abundance, and I did mention that, right? So there's a lot of it around you, but don't believe the people who want to like sell you something. It's about you coming into union with what is best for you, what is healthiest for you, and releasing the rest. So if you have a commitment that is potentially toxic right now, maybe that is, draining all your energy from coming into being with this really beautiful sort of relationship. So, or just in general, maybe there are people holding you back who are negative and you're mirroring that situation. Or simply, you need to release something like a fear of commitment in order to let a relationship that's currently in your life to grow in a beautiful way. And it is indicated that this could very well happen. So we do have a waning moon here. So there needs to be a release before there can be an increase. So around this full moon, right after this full moon in its waning phase, this is a great time to do it. So you might get a sort of psychic download as to what is limiting you right now, whether it's your beliefs, whether it's your phobias, whether it's illusions being fed to you by others. And using this waning time of the moon to release that will be very beneficial, so that for the rest of the year, actually, not just the next full moon cycle, because this moon really affects the rest of the year, you get to experience the growth of this. Okay, so that's great. Actually, I'm going to use a different deck for you, I think. Yeah, I do this all the time. I want to use something, but then something else calls to me. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that candle went out. I guess we're sick of continuing to burn. It's just because that card fell on it. So that's really, I'm going to take these, let's shuffle properly. So commitment is really indicated for you right now. So what are you committing to? What sort of self-talk are you committing to at the moment? Is it positive? Is it negative? And that's really going to affect you powerfully around this time. So 3 of Cups, okay. This could be about friendship. It could be about, yeah, because it's about, what do you need to release? Definitely sense that there are some potentially chatty, not like very toxic, but just slightly annoying, pesky energies around you socially that you might benefit from creating clear boundaries around. So 9 of Swords, okay, yeah, this is causing you more negativity than you think, actually. And in order for you to really come into being with, commitment, abundance of the highest quality in your life, you might need to walk a sort of path that is a little bit lonely. So before finding your true tribe, you might have to have this period of letting go of a group of people that is not really yours, and that you might be holding on to because you fear, just being alone, or you fear not being supported. Yeah, and you feel like you might not be able to handle this by yourself. Like, how are you going to balance all of this? How are you going to juggle everything that you want to get through without having a sort of support system? But doing that sort of inner work requires you to be on this path where you might be alone for a while, and that's totally fine, because first of all, you're committing to yourself in your purest form, and then other sorts of beautiful commitments, and whether it's financial, whether it's love, whether it's friendship, whether it's professional, will come to you. So yeah, 9 of Pentacles, that's really highlighted here with success. You feeling, this is also the happy single card. This is the abundant and artistic, and I have lots of spare energy, spare materials for my hobbies, the things that truly make me happy card. And the King of Cups, this is a process and a journey of emotional maturity. You are emotionally maturing, and if this really does have to do for maybe like a few of you with releasing specifically a relationship, then whether it comes back or not, whether you're meant to find something else or to be with someone else, this is definitely a process that's meant to push you to your best self, towards the highest sort of understanding that you can possibly have. And that's why this is happening. And it's not meant to punish you. That's a really, really important thing. If this is the situation for you, it's meant to bring you to this state where you are self-sufficient, but not in a way that shuts out commitments. So not in that self-defensive sort of 9 of Wands sort of way, but where you're just simply happy as you are. If you feel successful, you feel just flourishing, and from that energy you attract the highest quality commitments and energies around you, and from that energy you get even greater abundance, not from this sort of energy where, this is a beautiful card. I mean, 5 of Pentacles speaks about that time where you are walking the hard road on your journey, of whether it's maturity, whether it's of security, of professional development, whatever, you have to at some point go through this path and this section of the journey. So that's not a negative card as well, but that might tire you out. With this card, I'm also sensing that there might be some tiredness, and you're you feel like you're tired of juggling things and of moving things around, but things are improving as long as you listen to this message that's meant to come to you around this full moon, which is, it's going to tell you what you need to release in order to be on the right path, to really embody abundance, happiness, commitment. Okay, this one really wanted to come out. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. What was I just saying? Exactly. So whatever goes away now is holding you back. It's not stuff that is being taken away from you. On the contrary. So what should you release before this new cycle of abundance begins for you? Because it's like that, you can't really, like, if your entire house is full of like junk, let's say, how can you bring in riches into it when you have nowhere to put them? You have to really clear it out before the good comes in. And there is so much out there. So don't feel afraid of letting go of certain things because you feel like there might not be something better out there for you. No, that is the opposite, always. And important message on the bottom, I am loved beyond measure. Okay, wonderful. So it's great to see that. Let's see if I can get you another card, another great confirmation about love coming into your life, the right kind, commitments. Okay, that one really wanted to come out. Stargazing. What a beautiful card to get around a full moon. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Oh my God, isn't this a perfect card? What was I just saying? This full moon, and look at how it's blue, as in blue moon, Aquarius moon, will really give you the answer as to what to release. What should you know about your situation? Literally just go out in nature, just go stare at the moon. It's a very therapeutic thing. If at the bottom of the deck, moon energy, and this is not a moon deck, oh my God, this is so important for you. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Wow, what an amazing reading. So yeah, I guarantee you this full moon is super important for you. Go out, bask in the energy. It's going to illuminate something that you've had a question about, that you felt confused about, and it's really going to tell you about the progression of your path for the rest of this year and beyond. What should you release to get even greater abundance in order to manifest what's meant for you and to have the highest possible version of all energies that are meant for you? So that's so exciting to see. Let me know if any of this resonated. I would love to hear your specific situations. And of course, I would really appreciate your likes and subscribes. And I hope that maybe you take a look at some of my other videos if you feel like it. There's one about twin flames. If that idea resonates with you, there will be others around full moon topics, around abundance and love. So stay tuned for those. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching. And I hope to see you back here again. Thanks so much. Bye. Okay, so hi everyone who picked card number 3. This reading is going to be for you around the full moon in Aquarius in August 2021. So this is going to ask what is manifesting for you at this time. So this is, as I mentioned, a very rare moon. It's a blue moon, and it's really going to affect the rest of the energies for this year. It's in the 29th degree of Aquarius at the same time as the sun is in the 29th degree of Leo. So this is really a time about maturity. It's a very potent time. It's all about cycles beginning and ending, because the 29th degree is the last one in this sign. So actually a lot of this full moon, not at its highest and fullest, but the rest of it will be in the sign of Pisces. But because it's this kind of Pisces, Aquarius Pisces cusp, it's going to really be a clairvoyant moon. It's going to be very intuitive. It's going to be very magical, very unique, very interesting. And there is lots of just potency around this time. So a lot of what you're thinking about, what you're feeling, what you're trying to come to make happen at this time, you're going to be able to do that. And it's really going to affect the rest of this year and beyond, at least until February. Okay, so very important time. So the card that came out for you is Work Through Your Fears, New Moon in Scorpio. Okay, so With these cards, the Moonology deck, it could just mean literally the time around the new moon in Scorpio, which will be in October or November. November, I think, yeah. Well, whatever Scorpio season, whenever that new moon is. Or it could just mean the symbolism of this, of working through what's kind of most fearful to you at this time. It's an important thing. It's a very similar sort of energy to the previous pile. So if you're stuck between 2 and 3, you might want to take a look at that one too. It's Scorpio energy is about releasing what's not working. And it's also about digging deep to find what's bothering you, or what's a source of sort of paranoia for you, or of limitations. And as with the previous pile, this moon will illuminate where you need to dig, which direction you need to kind of plow in order to find the truth of your situation, of what you need to focus on, of what you need to pay attention to in order to set a really good cycle for yourself for the rest of this year, one that feels beautiful and abundant, where you're not lacking anything that you need, and where things just flow in your life. So with yin energy here, intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity, that's a very watery energy. Scorpio is a water sign, although it's not as much, I would say, as a yin as Pisces, for example. But it's still about this sort of high priestess kind of energy. It's all about the intuition. This moon is like that. So there might be a fear here of not being in control. That's definitely what I'm sensing. And of surrendering to energies and sources of energy that you don't fully kind of understand. So you might feel like you're being pushed to work through maybe even some shadow work, some deep issues of healing, of fear, of paranoia, that you feel you don't have complete control over because you don't trust that space within. It feels a little bit dark, it feels uncharted, but it's not an unsafe place if you approach it with, kind of one step at a time. And if you just allow yourself to be taken there as it comes. So forcing it, might be a little bit kind of too dark, too heavy. If you're going to be like, I'm going to do 4 hours of shadow work every day, like that might be too much. But just whenever you've sensed these energies cropping up, like ask yourself what's happening, and then just go from there and go within. And it's a very, very state of flow kind of card. So trust that the state of flow is a positive one and it is a safe one. Whether this has to do with you doing some sort of shadow work, whether this has to do with releasing certain fears and working on something with that state of flow, which is a very positive, creative one, because that's what's going to create this, milk and honey, happy, beautiful, abundant situation for you. There is this rainbow, at the other side of what feels like a potential darkness for you right now. So let's see if there's anything that can be clarified about what area of your life this is about, or anything specifically that this is about. So what might you have to work through? Okay, communication. A reunion could bring love, or a rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. Okay, so you might have some sort of unfinished business here. You might be fearing some sort of reunion. You might be fearing some sort of deepening of a connection as well. Oh wow, jealousy. Watch who you trust with your personal secrets and plans. Spend time outdoors with nature to reconnect and replenish. Okay, well, I'm with the jealousy because this is a work through your fears card, and I'm getting this, I talked about paranoid energy earlier. You might feel like others are jealous of you, or like everyone is, or like people don't want your best. I think you have to be careful about coming to conclusions and potentially accusing anyone of anything. So just be careful with that. And also, like, people who are on your side, you might view them as potentially threatening, or you might view people who want to communicate more deeply with you as threatening. Like if there's a relationship in your life that you want to take to the next level, or that you are being offered to take to the next level, you're kind of fearing that deepening intimacy. And this is asking you to work through those fears, because there is something very beautiful at the other side of this. There's this rainbow here. There's guaranteed happiness and fulfillment in it if you just kind of have the courage to take this plunge and to dig deep to see what it is that's making you fearful or that's potentially triggering you, because it's always about things in the past. It's always about traumas. It's always about inner monologues or dialogues that we tell ourselves in a negative way that reinforces the bad stuff from the past that's keeping us in a state of fear. It's never really, I mean, sometimes, of course, there's situations that really stir fear within you, but because I'm getting the sense that this is so positive for you, it could be so positive for you if you just surrender to it and you go deeper within it. It's definitely about your fears holding you back. So this could have to do, it's mostly, I'm getting the sense, with relationships, both to others and to yourself. And it's about a lot of stuff about words here. So what do you tell yourself on a daily basis about yourself? What do you have the courage to understand about yourself? And at the same time, how do you communicate with others? And specifically, how deeply do you communicate with others? How do you go, deeper within a relationship in a way that's healthy at the same time, but that is not where you're not, holding them at a distance because of a fear of intimacy. There's a lot of that. So yeah, that kind of came up in the previous pile too, with the fear of commitment. So you might have that, and it might just be projecting outwards. Okay, so I'm going to see what this is about. I'm going to dig deeper, as this card would tell me to. Okay. Of course, that one. Oh. Okay, so we have 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a need to work through what's happening here, what you're feeling here. You can't let this go unnoticed. So 2 of Swords, indecision about something, stalemate of thought, kind of a cycle of where you keep going over and over the same options and you feel like you don't want to move forward. And the King of Swords, yeah, this is definitely about you not wanting to go deeper in a situation, whether in a relationship, either to yourself or to someone else, because you fear what you will find. You fear being triggered. You feel pain coming in. You feel pressure coming in from a deeper source, deeper sort of pressure. Chariot, ultimate card of going into 2 directions at the same time. On one side, you want deepening intimacy and support, and you want to be more in touch with yourself and to really be aligned with yourself, but at the same time you fear that process, which will bring up triggers and traumas, but there's no way to work through them, to really get rid of them, except to work through them. So if you're being a sort of King of Swords person at the moment, of course this would happen. AKA, you're not really sharing your feelings, your emotions. Ask yourself why you're doing that. Why is this happening in your life? I'm going to shuffle. I'm not exactly sure which cards came out in what order, so I'm going to keep shuffling till I get one more. So, yeah. Why do you feel this way? Is it really the other person, or is it something that happened in your past? Is it just a fear of your own feelings with the moon? Yeah, definitely some sort of darkness surrounding you, or you fear that darkness is surrounding you, or you fear going into a place that's not illuminated yet because it will bring further triggers and pressures, and it will ask you questions that you might not have answers to, and you don't like being in the dark, you don't like being in control, you don't like surrendering to energies that you don't fully understand. Okay, and but this is really asking you to trust that this place, this process is not a dangerous one. Soul growth, getting to know the self, getting to understand and enjoy deeper intimacy with someone else doesn't have to be a dark place full of triggers. So if there's something in your past that made you feel that way, it's very important to look at it at this moment and to realize what it is that keeps you locked in this cycle. Because with this card, it's also, it's the past, but it's also like beautiful soulmate connections. It's about the inner child. So this might be in need of healing for you. there might be some sort of, yeah, I'm definitely getting the sense this is where the root of the issue is. And kind of inner child feeling unsafe. So maybe who made you feel that way in your youth? What were the issues that took place there that created sort of blockages or just perpetuating cycles that keep you in this energy of, as soon as someone wants to get close to you, you kind of shut off, or as soon as there's an issue and you know it's an emotional one and you have to dig deep, you kind of completely shut yourself off and you go the opposite direction entirely. So what really is the root of all of this? Because you want to move on from this cycle with the Six of Swords here. You want to go on to a fresh start where you feel safe, where you feel youthful, where your youth is recovered, that inner child is healed, and you have this beautiful sort of abundant, sparkly energy with the Page of Wands here, which is very similar to this energy here with Milk and Honey. This is guaranteed for you as long as you do this soul work and you figure out what needs to be cleared and where these triggers are coming from, because that's very important, is to identify what it is. So I definitely encourage you to do some meditation, some guided meditations, maybe around healing the inner child, maybe around, like, I don't know, just in general intimacy issues and communication issues. So that could be something that would be very helpful to you, I think. And let's see if I can get you some final cards to give you some advice. Yeah, and this, because this moon is really affecting the rest of this year, so flourish, yeah. The Lotus Flower Fairy tells you to learn from experience, what was I just saying, and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. There is no better summary for this reading than this card right now. This is perfect. Exactly. So, you know, evaluating past experiences does not have to be a dark or light place. It could be a neutral space where you're just doing it objectively, and that could take a lot of work, a lot of training, a lot of discipline to not get dragged into those memories or triggers and to just kind of emphasize them again. But you could just look at them, and then once you realize the source of the darkness or what's holding you back, then you do some energy work and you clear it, and that might take you to some dark places, but it's only temporary. Once you deal with that and you transmute it, there's all of this light that you can shed in other directions, the directions that you want to build things on top of, the foundations that you want to set, which are, you want to be healed, you want out of this energy that's holding you back and rooted in the negative past or negative areas of the past, because the past is never fully negative, right? And so this moon is definitely, I encourage you to go outside, kind of soak it up. This is definitely gonna illuminate some of these areas that you need to work through, like the sources of these issues. And once you find that out, it's going to clarify what you need to do in your life, whether it is in your relationships or just in any other areas, or how should you build the next cycle of your life. At the bottom of the deck we have divination, embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. Yeah, with this moon, I definitely get the sense you have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. So it's really about perception here. It's about clarifying your own perception of things. And yeah, I suggest tarot reading if you're into that, if you want to do it yourself, for yourself, that might be very helpful. Even some sort of like past life regression things, meditations around inner child issues, around healing, commitment issues, that sort of thing, like subliminal music or messages at night, like all of those things are very good for you. Let's see if we can get you a final card. Okay. My words and actions are of beauty, compassion, and love. Yeah, definitely an important one with communication there. So even when you go through this process, your aim is never to find blame for others or to pay someone back or get revenge for what they did to you, but it's about inviting in the potential to embody more love in the end. Because from that energy, this is how you get to the other side, which is, you know, not burdened by all of this kind of heaviness. I know my shadow side. What was I just saying this reading? And I work willingly to transform aspects of it. Yep, this is definitely that sort of reading for you. Yeah, and I see the gateway is open and the pathway is clear. My journey begins. So your journey towards happiness, towards being a flourishing person, towards being that highest, most happy version of yourself is going to have to engage some digging deep, some shadow work, and some working through past energies that might not have been fully positive in your life. So it's not about lingering there. It's not about holding on to them. It's not about like trying to, you know, hold people accountable for them. All of that is fine. But in the end, it's really about you. How do you clear your energies? How do you become able to embody more love in the end? So that's it for your reading. I hope some of that resonated. If it did, I would love to hear your comments, your specific situations down below. And I would really appreciate your likes and subscribes. And if you come back here, there will be more readings around the full moon, the new moon. Of course, those will always be here. I also have some other videos up there. Yes or no, pick a card, and a twin flame reading if you're interested in that topic. There will be others around abundance, love, many things. So I hope to see you back here again. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching. Bye. Okay, so hello everyone who picked card number 4. So this is for the full moon in Aquarius and the 20th degree of Aquarius at the same time as the sun is in the 20th degree of Leo. So this is August, right? And this is a very, very potent moon. So the 29th degree is the last degree that a sign can be in, which means that this is a time of cycles ending and new ones beginning. It's a very mature time, one that emphasizes the energy of maturity, of what things can grow, what things have grown, and where there needs to be more growth. And it's really going to set the foundation for the rest of this cycle, this year, and even beyond this year into like February 2022. So it's a very important moon. It's also quite a psychic moon. So going out there and really claiming this blue moon energy, it's a very unique time, great time to set some sort of dreams, or to figure out some sort of dreams so that you can set manifestations and specific goals around the new moon. So it's almost like a second portal after that Lion's Gate thing. So, okay, the first card that came out for you from the Moonology deck, so is the end of a tough cycle approaches. So as I was just saying, this is definitely a moon that highlights cycles, ending and beginning. So full moon in Capricorn. So the way we could use these cards from this deck is to refer literally to that specific time, or we could just take this as a more symbolic sort of energy. So this is definitely something that tells me very Saturnian energy, of course. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So this is all about the stuff that you've built, the things that you've invested in, and a sort of reevaluation of that. So what in your life is working right now? Who is committed to you? Who are your highest, who are those who are the most loyal to you? Here with is loyal heart card. And what things that you've worked on are really manifesting properly? So what is most successful about you, what you've set? What things are not really working as well? So there's just a lot of hard work involved here in the past. Like you've worked very hard to set certain foundations, whether professionally, whether with a house. I definitely get the metaphor, or just the energy, the image of a house, of just foundations. So you've worked very hard to establish certain things, and you might not exactly know how things are going to progress from here, or who's really on your side, or who's really going to support you, because we have house 7, house of relationships, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Okay, so who is really in this with you, with loyal heart here? You're asking this question now, and you're also just wondering, like, when am I going to be joined on this journey that I've invested so much hard work in to build these foundations, to build this dream, or whatever it is that you're trying to do to become successful in general, to become abundant in general. So who's going to be there for me? Am I always going to have to do this by myself? And of course the answer is no. There is energy around you that wants to come to you, that provides for you this sort of loyalty that you need, that is necessary for you to feel safe, and that of course everyone should have, but that is especially important for you, because I definitely get the sense that you don't get involved in relationships or partnerships, whether at the romantic level or otherwise, that are not really that are not just really kind of deep and that don't provide for you everything that you need, because you give a lot. When you commit, you really truly fully commit, and you want that from others too. You don't want to be that person who one-sidedly does that. So, oh, that's so exciting. Look at this. Sunshine. The sun is shining on you. Career and business growth. Fabulous communication and relationships. So this is kind of like a perfect summary of these cards here. This tough cycle of being alone, of working hard and like breaking your back to make something happen, or whatever it is, whether in relationships or career or both, is coming to an end for sure. And you are being offered beautiful partnership and growth and collaboration and support, most of all. So let's see if there's a particular area out of these two that's really highlighted. Okay, opportunities. A stranger is about to change your life. Exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely, so that could be a thing. But I'm definitely getting the sense that it's about both, like it's about kind of relationships connecting with profession. So this could be, you know, someone you meet professionally that will be just super great for you, that will give you something unexpected, like a gift, a promotion, or just an idea, or some sort of a magical support system that you really would benefit from immensely, and that will take you to the next level of success and like getting seen by others and recognized by others. Or it could just be meeting a new person who will be really an amazing deep partner to you, and who will be able to provide for you this sort of amazing loyalty that you can give as well. So this looks really amazing. Let's see what this is about. I'm going to use this other deck for you. Let's dig deeper into this. Yeah, there's definitely been so much tough energy in your life, maybe both in career and love, and like in a connection, like both of them in connection. So you've been wondering when your break is coming, and it is coming now. Absolutely. So, the way I'm seeing this is something will be kind of set in motion around the full moon in Aquarius. And another thing that I wanted to say, yeah, the moon is in the 7th house at the moment. Well, depending how you calculate the charts, but anyway, for me, the way I calculated it, it was in the 7th house, which really highlights partnership. So the full moon will be in this house of partnership, and that's really amazing. And look what we have. The Magician. This is like a sunshine card. It's a magical card. This new moon is magical. It's a blue moon. It's an Aquarius. It's amazing. Anyway, so this is about you being able to really just sort of magic into your life the things that you want. And the 6 of Pentacles, it's about equality coming in. It's about you being matched. It's about you being supported. It's about, literally, this is the perfect card that describes both. This opportunities card about, you know, getting a sort of unexpected, potentially, just gift, whether in career or just money-wise. And it also speaks to equal partnerships. That's really amazing to see. But you are very powerful right now. All the stuff that you've done in the past that you've worked so hard to build, you have gained so much wisdom, so much power, and you have the ability now to use your intuition around this full moon that's so magical and that's hanging around in the house of partnerships, to be led to, okay, this one fell first, to be led to a certain place or like point in your life that will bring you just these amazing things that want to come your way. So with the Tower, this is such a positive Tower because it's speaking about unexpected connections, communications, and just in general, like partnerships. Yeah. So, okay, with the devil coming through, this is going to feel like a little bit too sudden, and you might feel like you're not able to trust this energy. And this could also just speak to more of this Capricorn energy. Like, you're asking, like, can this be something that foundations can be built upon? Because that's your question, right? You don't want this to crack. You don't want it to crumble. You want it to be stable. You want it to really last a long time. Okay, and you're worried about, this card, the Knight of Wands, is about, it could potentially be a sort of player energy. Like, you don't want that in your life. You don't want any more of that, okay? But what's coming your way is someone who's equally powerful as you, okay? And who has this sort of just very creative energy. So don't worry about them being charming and all of that, because that's not in this negative way where they're manipulative or anything like that. Okay, that's too many cards. I'm just going to take one. They're just natural born creators. Okay, this really wants to come here. 8 of Cups. Interesting. Yeah. Let's see if I can clarify that. This is going some unexpected directions, as your whole reading is about unexpected turns and meetings and things. So yeah, you might have to, because end of a tough cycle approaches, like you're turning away from that. And look what's coming. Knight of Pentacles, stability and slow development. So with this, if this is about a new person coming into your life, and I definitely get the sense that it is, it's gonna like be a little bit difficult, because you might have to turn your back on a certain way of living and of perceiving yourself in the world, where like you have to be alone all the time. You have to walk this path by yourself. The challenge is going to be, first of all, how to trust that this is a good connection. If it's sometimes shininess indicates potential manipulativeness behind it, but sometimes it's actually just sunlight and positivity, and you might not be used to that. So you might be tempted to walk away from something that seems too good to be true because you just haven't felt it before. But this really has the potential to work. With the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom, there's such beautiful potential for collaboration here, and for sort of blending of energies where your career, your professional life really just works synergetically with your relationships and with your romantic life, with just your partnerships in general, where it's all like mutually beneficial. And with these two, I wouldn't worry about it at all. Like with this Devil card here, I'm just getting the sense that that's your worry. Your worry is that this will not last, that it will crumble, that this unexpected thing, you're going to fear, first of all, the unexpectedness of it, and then you're going to fear the fact that it looks so magical and so like potentially circusy. This person is definitely most likely an extrovert. I'm just going to say it. They're definitely an extrovert. They're a little bit unlike you in that they balance you out. You might be more quiet, more reserved, more practical. They might be a little bit more showy, and that's fine. Don't mistrust that. Don't dismiss them just because they have this energy. They definitely have a loyal heart to you, and they are going to be very good for you, whether this is in professional partnership or in relationship, because you want this sort of energy that empowers you, that is a sort of cheerleadery energy, so that you're not always going down this path by yourself, whether it's the life path or just work in general or whatever. And this has the potential for great stability with the Knight of Pentacles. And yeah, I do encourage you to take it slowly. And I'm not asking you to jump in like fully at first, but don't dismiss it either, because it has such great potential for happiness. And you don't want to, like, you might be just simply tempted from a subconscious kind of programming to dismiss what feels easiest and most positive, because you're only really used to the most difficult and the most like things where you have to do absolutely everything by yourself. Like, that is something that you should work through if you sense that coming up. protection. You are protected in this. Nothing will come your way and seem so good and amazing and then not live up to that or betray you. That's not going to happen. So trust that the things that are being really, really highlighted and the universe is like giving you like neon signals, like those are meant for you. So the fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking on any spiritual work. Okay, yeah. Let's see if we can get, I feel like I should get another card for you out of this deck. Okay, abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Trust that this is real, okay? Release any mental blocks you may have. What was I just saying? In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. Absolutely. And you don't have to... Okay, music came up twice in the shuffle for you. This could be relevant. I'm just going to point it out. So, and listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Yeah, so sometimes your like neon light signs from the universe could come through lyrics. So if that's like happening a lot, know that it is not like a trick or anything. So trust that it is real, that it is good, that the message is coming from a good place, not from a bad place. Like you might be mistrusting the signs because you're wondering like maybe you were betrayed in the past like through such signs, or you took them to mean that, or like, you know, you invested in someone of this kind who then betrayed you. But this time it's real, it's positive, it's good. So trust it. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle these properly before taking any of them. Okay, I feel like it's not fully shuffled because those came up in the previous reading. Okay, a lot of messages really want to come your way here. I'm gonna take the two that fell on the table. Okay, I invite peace within myself. I ripple this outwards. Okay, so if you ever feel worried about the situation, or if you ever feel like you're not sure if you can trust it, just take a deep breath and remind yourself that you are protected and that nothing bad wants to come your way, that you're not, that no one wants to trick you. No higher powers, your spirit guides, no one wants to trick you. Only good is coming. I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. Yeah, choose abundance this time, you know, understand and believe that that is what's meant for you and what's coming, and that you don't have to continue in a cycle of struggle. Like there is such a switch coming up for you around this new moon in Aquarius, and that wants to, you know, linger around, that wants to become the new foundation for the next cycle this year and beyond. So trust that this is meant for you and that this is happening. Yeah, I accept and create more flow and pleasure in my life. So that's literally what this is about. It's about trusting that you're meant to and worthy of experiencing this kind of bliss and happiness and unexpected blessings. Because if you do that, if you believe that you're worthy of it, and if you trust these signs and the things coming your way, then they're absolutely going to come your way, and all you have to do is really receive them and trust that it will be safe to do so. Okay, so this is all for you. Pile number 4. If you enjoy this, I would love to hear how it resonated and to hear your specific situations down below. And I would really appreciate your likes, your subscribes. There will be other videos up there, more new and full moon stuff, of course. There's a twin flame video out there if you feel like watching that, if that topic resonates for you. And there will be other topics as well, more on love, on abundance. So I hope to see you back here again. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye. Okay, so hello everyone who picked card number 5. So this reading is going to be for you, for what's happening, what's manifesting for you around the full moon in Aquarius. And this is going to be in the 29th degree of Aquarius at the same time as the sun is in the 29th degree of Leo. So this is a second moon in Aquarius, which means it's going to be a blue moon. So lots of magical potential. It's a very psychic-y moon, a very sort of intuitive moon, but also one that highlights the questions and ideas of maturity, of growth, of new cycles beginning and old ones ending. So it's a very, very potent energy, and it will absolutely last till for the rest of the year, or rather it will set foundations for the rest of the year and even beyond, actually. So what you do now is very powerful. Okay, so the first card that came out for you from the Moonology deck is A Time for Healing, Balsamic Moon. And with the card Air here, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. And the card Peace, this is definitely highlighting some sort of soul lesson in the past. So what sort of lessons can you take from an energy or a situation that maybe tested you, or or even actually hurt you in some ways. This is a time for finding healing in understanding the lesson and realizing objectively and very intellectually as well as spiritually what was the reason for that, or what wanted to be highlighted there in that situation. And this is going to bring you a lot of peace of mind if you just kind of look at this past situation and you go over what feelings there still are that are negative, that are lingering, and try to find some answers as to why you're feeling this way. So what really was the lesson of this? It was not, we never really get punishments really, right? It's actually always lessons. So if you believe in that sort of idea of divine punishment or all of that, this is asking you to be a little bit more objective and to be open-minded about the situation, as in maybe certain things about it weren't what you thought they were, but for the better. Like maybe you were protected. Like if, say, this is a relationship that didn't work out and you really, really believed in the potential, maybe that was a different sort of connection, and there were some really important life lessons that you had to learn through it and through what happened that might have been negative, that are going to get you to a place of, first of all, higher learning about yourself and the world, but also empowerment, and in the end of love, because it's always about that. It's about learning how to embody that no matter what happens. And with this peace card here, is this moon is definitely bringing you, this is what I sense for most of these piles, it's a sort of kind of psychic download about something that needs to be highlighted in your life, or something that you need clarity on. So you might get this insight or an idea around the full moon, and then it's really asking you to follow this through, especially for the rest of the like waning moon cycle. To, if you got just even one tiny insight of what the situation is, or in the past where you're not exactly sure why this happened, and you get kind of an inkling of an answer or just even a question, really follow through it for the rest of the cycle, because it's meant to, like, finding the answer to this, unlocking the answer to that, it's going to bring you a lot of peace of mind and healing. So let's see if there's anything specific highlighted here with this. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting such peaceful energy from this. Like this wants to, if this isn't already in your life, like this wants to come to you. And there's, well, the other thing I could, interesting, signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. Okay. Yeah, so about keeping an open mind about something in the past. Maybe something didn't work out and that disappointed you or hurt you, but actually it really was meant to be a sort of bridge towards something else. So in a way that you didn't quite understand, and that you might still not understand, but that will be revealed to you later, like retrospectively, and you will get it, and any sort of hurts or pains around this will be healed immediately once you realize what that was actually meant to do for you. So major life change. Time is right for major life changes, as a new lifestyle or location brings great joy and trouble-free existence. Interesting. So yeah, I'm getting the sense that this energy in the past was all about getting you to a different place. And if you expected something from it that it was not meant to give you, like, of course, like that didn't happen, and then it might have caused some pain or some issues. And we do have love life at the bottom of the deck, so if this is a relationship, that's really highlighted. Fears of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. Okay, so this is definitely about, for some of you, about something that was disappointing in a relationship. And you're being asked to just have a little bit of patience as you get sent the signs and the answers as to why this had to happen that way, because it was actually for your best. It was for the better. It was meant to bring you somewhere else. Like the point of it was actually something entirely different, something else than what you thought or than what it appeared to be like, if that makes sense. Assert yourself, go for what you want. The time is ripe for soulmate connections. Okay, so that's really highlighted. Everything connects here. Like almost like, for example, like you meeting someone and you thinking they're like your highest soulmate of all time or whatever, but then they ghosted you or they hurt you or they betrayed you or something like that. And then you feeling obviously heartbroken, but then actually through something that situation caused, through some sort of dark night of the soul, through some sort of, I don't know, questions about yourself, it actually inspired you to do something which then led to a really positive shift in your life, which maybe brought you to your true highest soulmate or high soulmate or whatever, or your true, just in general, soulmate or connection. For example, this could also work with non-relationship things, although that's kind of highlighted here. Wow, okay, so let's see if we can dig deeper into this and find what this is about. Yeah, I'm going to take this deck for you. I feel like this deck now. Different one for each pile. I keep shuffling for a while. Okay. The World. I'll show you properly. The Hanged Muse upside down. Interesting. Two of Voices. Ace of Inspiration or Wands. And I got a few more cards, so I'll just take them. The Wheel, so the Wheel of Fortune, Page of Inspiration. Wow, okay. Definitely getting a clear sense here of what's happening. Okay, so your world quite literally might have been turned upside down with this situation in the past. And something changed in a way you didn't expect it. Someone who you felt was your whole world or something like that could have done something to prove otherwise. And it might have caused a lot of kind of dark nights of the soul, heartbreak, all of that I was kind of just explaining. And you're still feeling these energies. You're still contemplating this. You're still thinking about this situation and kind of the negative issues around it. But you went through all of this to get to a new place that will bring you lots of fulfillment, inspiration. It's a soul journey. This was all meant to bring you to a new level of soul understanding, just about yourself, your purpose, your place in the world, and your true connections to other truly kindred spirits. So if this was a relationship, if this is about a relationship, first of all, that hurt you or that didn't go as you thought it would or as you hoped it would, this was all fated so that you would be in a new place, so that you would get to a different place and find your truest sort of abundance there, your true fated, destined connections, fulfillments, happiness, and just soul passion with this card, with the Page of Inspiration here. That's really all about that. And it's also a card of refreshing and renewing. So if you feel still heavy about this, just even right now, you might get the sense already of how this situation was positive for you, in that it taught you certain things that were very important, because with the Ace of Swords here, it's all about learning in this situation with air, open-mindedness, learning, objectivity. This was all a lesson, a soul learning situation that was meant to not only just mature you, but just clarify something very important at the soul level for you, so that the new place you're in or the new connections that you come into can really connect to your being at the deepest possible levels and feel like, secure and beautiful and fated, and like they're meant to move forward with you. Like I get the sense that you're very like passionate person in different sort of ways. Maybe some of you are that in very different ways, but like, you know, who can really join you on your soul path, on your life purpose path, and be there for you in this way that really feels playful and energetic and fulfilling and just happy. So this is what this is turning to. This wheel has been turning this whole time to get you to this place of happiness, of fulfillment, of understanding your life journey, your true purpose, of coming into contact with that information and with who you really are, so that you feel like you're now ready to kind of fly by the seat of your pants at a soul level, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's see if there are any other cards that want to come out for you. Oh, those are mixed in here. Okay, can all follow. Magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. Yeah, exactly. So this is a positive learning experience, even if it felt maybe unpleasant or negative or heartbreaking at some point. This is all meant to, like, there is this hidden reason for it, and it's about to come to light, right? Because we're all getting sort of downloads around this full moon in Aquarius. What am I saying? So this is going to start to be illuminated then, and you will start to realize why this happened. With life energy, it was always meant to bring you greater life energy. That's what I was trying to say here with the happy fairy, right? Happiness. That I said that with the Page of Swords and with 8 of Wands here, but the Page of Swords with the Page of Wands. Lots of Wands energy in your reading, indicating soul energy, so life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So back to that whole idea. It's a perfect kind of overarching summary of this whole reading here. Yeah, so this was always meant to empower you, to bring you to a place where you could just come into natural being and union with more happiness in your life, and to truly be connected with all of that at a soul level in whatever area of your life, in whatever capacity. So let's see if there are any final mantras or messages for you here around this Aquarius full moon. So, okay, I think this one came out again. I will persist. My will is strong. If you feel like, you know, you don't understand why this is happening still, and like it's just too painful to work through it or to just keep going, just know that this all happened for a reason that is meant to bring you to a place that's more positive than you even imagined before through that situation in the past. I shine my light outwards for others to see, for all to see. Yeah, absolutely. So that the whole idea of light coming back in, of soul energy. Don't limit yourself, your soul energy, your happiness, even right now. Whatever happened in your life that, you know, had you feeling like everything turned upside down, like your world, your worldview, don't let that take away from your life energy, because, again, I understand it being, you know, heartbroken or sad because of something, like it's going to feel heavy for a while, but by just allowing yourself to right now in this moment, no matter what's happening, embrace lightheartedness, humor, joy, you're actually just completing this more difficult cycle as quickly as possible, so that you get, by the turn of this wheel, to this place that it was always meant to bring you, so that you have greater happiness, so that the light that you shine can be mirrored back to you through others, and you feel just joyful and excited and like you're really in line with your soul energy. Okay, so that's what I see for you, pile number 5. I hope you enjoyed that. If any of it resonated, I would love to see your comments down below to hear about your specific situations, and I would of course appreciate your likes and your subscribes. And there's going to be more videos around the new and full moons, of course, as usual. And there's a reading about twin flames out there if you want to take a look at that, if that resonates. There will be more readings about love and abundance, so stay tuned for those, and I hope to see you back here. Thanks so much. Bye.